How's everyone doing? Welcome back. I'm so excited to bring you my upcycled wine bottle project finally. Hope you're well though. Hope the holiday season is treating you well. I hope you are loving on yourself, taking care of yourself, taking time to breathe, relax, do some yoga, stand on your head, do a split, all that good stuff. Run, walk. We're having a really warm winter here in the DC area. So just go outside and look at the flowers that are still blooming, if any. Look at the pine trees. They are definitely blooming. Be grateful. All right, so let's get to it. What you need for this project, obviously, are items that you want to crystallize, okay? I'm working with borax. It's a naturally growing compound of Mama Earth. And I am so delighted by this project because I didn't even know that borax detergent was actually made up out of crystals. Now, some of y'all did these projects when you were little. I can't remember. But you probably had some pipe cleaners that you turned into little crystals. So you know that it works, right? But this is a beautiful way that I'm going to add elements of the sea into my home. So I'm adding these lovely touches of blue and aquamarine, turquoise, etc. And this is a great affordable way to do that. What you need for this project: a large pot, depending on the items that you're going to crystallize, a spoon or stirrer of some sort, and water. I just use tap water. And dye. I use food dye because that's what I had on hand, okay? I'm a big fan of using what I already have. And I usually have, lots of things to craft with because I'm crafty. So, let's get to it. You boil your water. And when you boil your water, you want to make sure that it is, nice and warm and hot, but not like overly steaming, because you then have to pour this water into a glass container, okay? So you boil the water, get it nice and hot, and then you add the borax. For this project, I use the whole box, but first I use half the box for one wine bottle of this size, and then the remainder for the next wine bottle. So I add to the boiling hot water 1/2 of the box of borax, and I stir it up because when you first add it, it's going to be cloudy. So I stir it up until it is clear. That lets me know that it has dissolved. So we're changing the property of it, okay? Once it dissolves, you add your dye in. You stir that up. Now, note, you will see the size vial of dye I used. This was not enough. And what happened after I let it sit and I took the bottle out, I was not happy with the first color. So I had to do it again and saturate the compound with more dye. So I would recommend that you buy a larger bottle of dye for darker colors, all right? Now, once the water is dyed, you let it cool just a bit. And then you add this water into a glass container. And you'll notice I'm using a bee embroidered glass container because that's what I had to use that could fit the size bottle that I was using. So you add the water to your container, which should be glass, and inside of that you'll see me placing my large wine bottle. I add just enough of the dyed water so that my bottle can begin to float. And in order for it to have buoyancy, I also then added water inside the wine bottle itself. You need it to float so that it is not touching any of the sides of the glass container. If it touches the sides of the container, the compound will not stick to that part of your wine bottle. You got it? Okay. So it's floating, it's buoyant. It's good. Leave it undisturbed 24 hours. After 24 hours, I checked and I had this lovely, beautiful, light blue crystallized wine bottle that I absolutely adore. And I now am using that as a hand soap dispenser. And it looks elegant and beautiful. I did embellish it with some rhinestone. And I added a glass knob on top for the topper. And you'll see me actually hot gluing a little bit around that little doorknob. It's a cabinet knob that I'm using, crystal cabinet knob actually. And I placed a little bit of hot glue all around that little doorknob that I'm using as a topper so that it doesn't clink against the glass on glass. And now it adds a little bit of a buffer to it. And it looks beautiful. I absolutely love this project. After I did that, I heated the water up again, added the rest of the borax, which was half a box. I added more dye, and I got this darker aquamarine teal-like color. And you'll see these crystals now formed very organically. And I love the roughness of the next shape. And I left it like that. My daughter was like, you should refine it. And I'm like, no, because this is how crystals grow in the earth. And I love them. I love just the way it came out. And I did the same treatment on this one. And this one is now going to become my dishwashing liquid dispenser. Because I still wash dishes by hand. We're not going to talk about why. Just know that I do. Okay? And I'll probably do another bottle that's a little smaller just for lotion, hand lotion. So that's my project. I hope you have fun doing this. The most important parts are to make sure that when you boil the water and add the borax into it, you stir it up and allow it to be clear so that it dissolves completely. And the next important step is when you place your objects into the water, make sure it's a glass container that you're using. Make sure the sides don't touch. Make sure it is undisturbed for at least 24 hours. Don't miss this part. If you mess with it, you're going to mess with the science of it all. It has to cool naturally to form the crystals. And it can't do that if you keep picking it up, messing with it. Now, borax, you can find this in most grocery stores, okay? It's affordable. You can find it on Amazon if you don't want to go out. Now, some countries don't have this compound and you can't order it. So just find something similar in your country. Well, that's my project. I'm bringing the sea into my home little by little. I absolutely adored this project when I tried it the first time with my seashells, and I'm going to show you that part as well, just so you can see how they look. I hope you're doing this project. Let me know, comment below, and as always, be happy, be safe, be loved. Oh my God, I forgot to say, you have to allow these to cure about 2 weeks and add a sealant so that the crystals don't flake off. After all, these are dissolvable. Okay? Now, peace out.